Ladies and gentlemen, before I read you Nancy Pelosi's statement on the White House War Powers Act notification of hostilities, I'm going to read you a New York Times article. Trump's opposition to endless wars appeals to those who fought them. Veterans have supported Mr. Trump more than the general population. About 56% of veterans said they approved of the job he was doing as president, compared to 42% of the population overall, according to a poll by the Associated Press last year. Veterans like Mr. Trump's vow to support their care and bolster military spending, and in some cases they agree with his America First foreign policy, calling for a smaller footprint for the United States forces abroad. That was an article on November 1st, 2019. And if you're a veteran and you watch this channel, God bless you. If you're an active duty soldier and you watch this channel, God bless you. Thank you. I am honored. And thank you for everything that you do for this country. I'm going to read you Pelosi's statement on White House's War Powers Act notification of hostilities against Iran. January 4th, 2020. Oh my God, this statement is all over the place. All right. San Francisco Speaker Nancy Pelosi issued this statement after the White House notified Congress of initiation of hostilities pursuant to the War Powers Act of 1973 after conducting airstrikes against a high-level military official. Quote, the Classified War Powers Act notification delivered to Congress raises more questions than it answers. This document prompts serious and urgent questions about the timing, manner, and justification of the administration's decision to engage in hostilities against Iran. The highly unusual decision to classify this document in its entirety compounds our many concerns and suggests that Congress and the American people are being left out in the dark about our national security. The Trump administration's proactive, escalatory, and disproportionate military engagement continues to put service members, diplomats, and citizens of America and our allies in danger. The initiation of hostilities was taken without an authorization for use of military force, without the consultation of the Congress, and without the articulation of a clear and legitimate strategy to either Congress or the public. As Speaker of the House, I reiterate my call on the administration for an immediate, comprehensive briefing of the full Congress on military engagements related. And then next steps under consideration. The administration must work with Congress to advance a bona fide de-escalatory strategy that prevents further violence. The context here is that she is saying President Trump put Americans in harm's way. She's also saying Americans have to stay there forever. Let me repeat myself. Democrats are saying, how dare you, like AOC, you're a monster, Trump. Trump said there's 52 military targets, all this stuff. That's not... President Trump is not literally saying there are 52 targets we're going to address anytime soon or ever. That's more of like this exaggeration, more grandstanding that President Trump does, that other countries are like, is he serious? What's going on? That actually works to our benefit. When President Obama actually destroyed a country by removing its leader in Libya, I doubt you could, if she had Facebook AOC at that point in 2011, I doubt that you could find any statement where she was opposed to this. Very likely it would be like, a recipe for a great martini, as opposed to, President Obama's administration was horrible for what it did in Libya. Not many people, not many Democrats, I should say, opposed the NATO intervention that actually destroyed a country that eventually left it to where there's now slave auctions, like auctions of human beings. And Democrats, they're talking a big game. They're like, oh my God, look what Trump did. But essentially what Pelosi wants is further investigations into what President Trump, into the foreign policy options that President Obama gave him. So President Obama paved the way. You can look right here. Slate. This is June 25th, 2019 by Joshua Keating. Obama made the legal case that Trump could use to attack Iran. Thanks, Obama. This is Slate. Joshua Keating. Okay, so he opted not to conduct an airstrike in June. And he obviously opted a different route this time. President Obama paved the way. Democrats paved the way. They wanted to be informed, but they don't have to be informed. Now, look. The United States government... Okay, in terms of military interventions, it's true. Congress, the Constitution states that only Congress can declare war. Only Congress. However, we haven't declared war since World War I. I mean, World War II. There was the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, and there was the resolution under Bush, and there was a NATO intervention under Obama and Libya. But if Democrats really cared about a non-interventionist foreign policy where you send Americans abroad and you keep them there forever, then I would say, notify Congress. There has to be a certain level of, the president has a certain level of autonomy, of a small, certain, it shouldn't be, the president shouldn't have complete authority to do whatever he wants. But there's a certain level of autonomy that President Obama utilized without any pushback or condemnation or critique from the media. What took place recently took place all throughout President Obama's administration without a peep from Democrats or Pelosi. Now Pelosi wants to basically investigate all his foreign policy decisions. Rest assured, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to hear calls for investigations. Well, look what Trump did. He's so counterproductive. Why did he do this? Meanwhile, President Obama not only laid the groundwork, but also conducted the same type of tactics. Utilized the same type of tactics. Difference is that Trump never, and you can check my last two segments on H.A. Goodman's other channel, Trump never actually destroyed a country in the manner that President Obama and NATO did in Libya. But here's the issue. They set up and framed Trump twice. He never committed a crime with Russia. He never worked with Russia. It was never a U.S. Code 371 statute. He never broke that statute. That's the statute they tried to utilize against Trump, and I write about that in the Federalist. Check out my Federalist articles below. The link is below. Just click on my Federalist author page, and you will see. I explain that Comey and McCabe should be charged under the 371, the 18 U.S. Code 371 statute. And that's the statute that says you cannot defraud the United States government and deceive the American people by utilizing government agencies against their stated purpose. That's what Comey and Strzok and McCabe and Clapper tried to insinuate or actually set up and frame Trump and say that he did. They said that he was working with Russia and he actually deceived and defrauded the United States government and its people. That's actually what Comey and McCabe did, utilizing a dossier that was purchased by Madam Secretary. They literally utilized a dossier purchased by Trump's direct political rival in Clinton. And then they keep on using the phrase, Trump's direct political rival, Trump's political rival, so they're all over the place. The interesting thing here is the droning of the general. What takes place is Democrats are caught between a rock and a hard place. They love militancy. The Democrats are far more militant than the Republicans in the United States of America, generally. They have the media, they have, Now, when President Trump engages in militarism, I'm against that. But it's nothing compared to Bush and President Obama. Nothing compared. Tell me the country that's been toppled. Because I can give you, 3 or 4 countries under President Obama and Bush. Trump hasn't presided over toppling a country or regime change or removing or ousting a despot and being left to pick up the pieces. That's never happened under Trump. That's why 56% of veterans approve of Trump. They like Trump. And if you're a veteran, like I said, if you watch this channel, God bless you. Thank you. Give me your thoughts below. I want all Americans home. I've written in The Hill, the Huffington Post, the Jerusalem Post. I want all Americans home, away from counterinsurgency conflicts. This has nothing to do with Germany and Japan. We have soldiers in Germany and Japan. Yes, since 1945? Yeah, okay. It's not analogous. People say, well, you're going to remove troops from Germany. You're going to remove troops from Japan. There are no counterinsurgency wars there, and the people there want us there. It's a different story. Great many people don't want us in these regions of conflict. And the rebuttal is, well, if we remove Americans and people are withdrawn from those areas, like President Trump has stated, and every time he removes Americans from regions of conflict, oh my God, the media, the Democratic Party, they say, what is Trump doing? It's irresponsible. When he engages in a military action, what is he doing? He's irresponsible. When he when he has a phone conversation with Ukraine Zelensky, who stated there was no leverage, Democrats and media say, what are you doing? Oh my God, that's irresponsible. Tariffs, oh my God, what are you talking about? It's irresponsible. And everything he does is irresponsible. Meanwhile, there's record low Black and Latino unemployment. 5 million people have been lifted out of poverty. The poverty rate was 12.7% under President Obama in 2016, with 43.1 million people in poverty. Okay. And in 2018, the poverty rate dwindled from 12.7% to 11.3%, with 38.1 million people in poverty. And the links are below. So he's reduced the poverty level. But, the situation, ladies and gentlemen, is the following. Trump can't sneeze. He can't go to the bathroom. He can't breathe without Pelosi and Schumer, just being attached to his tuchus, wanting some kind of investigation. And, oh my God, we have to look. He couldn't. You know what the problem really is? That he's president. That's the problem. He should never even be president. Give me your thoughts below. They want to investigate every single policy decision, foreign policy decision. They've already impeached Trump without direct evidence of any specific quid pro quo, even with President Zelensky and his predecessor, President Poroshenko of Ukraine, stating he never did anything wrong, no leveraged, nothing, no blackmail, nothing. And what can I tell you? Clinton is going to be nominee, ladies and gentlemen. Don't doubt for 1 second they're going to go with Biden or Bernie. Not for 1 second, because you know Warren and everyone else in the 35,000-person Democratic primary has a chance, aside from Madam Secretary. Okay? You think Madam Secretary is going to work for Biden? Think. The golden moo would never descend to the depths of Biden. She's just biding her time. Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right this second. They're going to investigate every foreign policy decision from here on out. Thank you.